Division II semifinals, Kohala defending state champ. They had a tough one in the first half against Les Jardins, able to win it by 14. Kaimuki, the OI champ, knocked off the KIF champs of University of Labrador without Trey Ambrosic. Got great productions from a lot of their guys yesterday over IAEA. Won it by Aiden Seabury Hall. Solid team on the MIL. They're big, by the way, up front of their guard spot. So the 1, 2, 3, and 5 seeds remain. What do you think about the Division II and how that's played out so far?
Yeah, well, I think it's been exciting. I mean, nobody predicted the Final Four, but we have the Final Four now. And so we sets up possibly for a rematch between Kohala and University. Kaimuki tonight, though, no slouch. Jeremiah White, Lupika, one of the best backcourts in Division II. And then on the other side, University a little bit banged up, but playing against a really tough Seabury Hall, the number 3 seed. And so those games will be on Spectrum XCast from Kaimuki in just about a couple of minutes. Tip-off on the way here from Hemmeter. Should be a fun one in our Division I semifinal doubleheader. Kalaheo, number 1 St. Louis, coming up next here on Spectrum OC 16.
Oh, yeah. Hot honey pizza and wings from
Pizza what?
Muscles extending. Every body is a miracle. And though we share so much, everybody is unique. What's your passion? Hold on to it. We're here to help. With a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Oh, yeah. Hot honey pizza and wings from
Pizza what?
Pizza what?
Pizza what?
Hot honey pizza and wings. It's the first new flavor to make you say, pizza what?
Happy crafting! You're watching Spectrum OC 16.
After thoroughly beating Baldwin, these thoroughbreds have galloped to the Final Four and have all the horsepower to make a run at a state crown. But St. Louis's Stallions are out of the gate and hungry to get to a 3rd consecutive final. Kalaheo, St. Louis in the Heidi and Cook State semifinals. And down the stretch we come here in the state tournament. Off we go on the campus of Punahou Schools. It is gorgeous. 76 degrees, and we are ready for the Heidi and Cook Division I boys basketball state semifinals. From historic Hemmeter Fieldhouse, ready for our doubleheader. Game number 1 out of the OIA, the Mustangs of Kalaheo, set to take on the 2-time defending state champs and number 1 seeded St. Louis Crusaders. The winner advances to tomorrow's championship game in the Blaisdell to take on either Lelehua, the number 2 seed in the OIA champs, or Punahou, the ILH runners-up, here on this penultimate day of the state tournament. With that, we welcome you courtside. Great to have you with us. My man, Ryan Hirata, Tom Ishida in a moment, and I'm Felipe Ojastra. So here we are. Each of these 2 squads coming off dominant victories yesterday in the quarterfinal rounds, but high-energy games for their programs. How much of that do you think, if at all, carries into this semifinal game?
Well, I think the confidence definitely follows through and follows the game and follows the team. And I also think that St. Louis and Kalaheo know what got them here, their identity. And they got to keep that identity moving into today's game. They know that this is really win or go home. They want to make sure that they knock down their punch to get to the state championship and to the Blaisdell Arena tomorrow night.
And how about Kalaheo and head coach Rob Pardini, right? They went on the road and knock off the OA runner-up Mililani. Yesterday took care of Baldwin. What's impressed you most about what we've seen from the Mustangs so far?
Well, sharing is caring, and I wish my kids would learn that phrase at home. But they played really well yesterday. They shared the ball just like he wanted in the pregame. They moved worked it, they cut, they looked for each other, they played unselfish basketball, and that all led to 23 assists against Baldwin last night.
Meantime, here for St. Louis, they haven't really gambled too much as far as what their schemes have been. It's just been all blue-collar effort. They pull all their chips in, despite feeling the pressure of being a two-time defending state champion. They did a good job of handling all of that, too.
Yeah, I mean, they play with a bullseye on their chest and on their back all season long. Had to go into the ILH tournament and win 4 straight games against Mid-Pacific, Kamehameha, on the road against Marino, and then right here in this very gym against Punahou.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun doubleheader here. Lelehua and Punahou in the nightcap. The winner of that meets the winner of this one. It's the Mustangs and the Crusaders. Two of the regal franchises in the history of Hawaii basketball tangle for a spot in the final. Tip-off coming up.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by New City Nissan.
It was all calm. And then... Good thing this Frontier's got 310 horsepower to handle an SOS.
Drive the Nissan Frontier. Now get 5.9% APR financing for 84 months or get a low $399 per month lease on Frontier.
If you get hurt riding waves like this, there's not much we can do for you. But if you're injured in an accident, call us. We can help you.
Time now for the New City Nissan Series history. It's the 9th time they meet in the tourney, in the 6th in the semifinal round. Kalaheo leads that series overall 6-2. They met in the 0-1 semifinals. Winners were the Mustangs, 52-44 en route to Pete Smith's third and last state championship with the Mustangs. Pretty good crowd on hand here. It will grow here at Hemmeter, especially for the nightcap with Punahou and Lelehua in the opposite half and the Division I semifinal round. These two programs very familiar with each other after seeing each other all throughout the preseason. You're not going to see a ton of changes in their starting lineups. It's been fairly consistent throughout, especially here for the visiting Kalaheo Mustangs, the 6th place team in the OIA qualified for the tournament. It's brought to you by Zippies with Tayshaun Jeffrey coming off 4 points and 2 assists yesterday. Jaron Gilmore's excellent. Joshua Shutter hit a couple of big perimeter shots yesterday against the Bears. CJ Bosick was the money man, though, the first recorded triple-double in the HHSAA record books, where he had 12 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. And the state's leader in three-pointers made this year. Peyton Smith hit 4 triples yesterday in that convincing victory over the Bears by 21. Here for the Crusaders, they'll line up like this with Kalen Fernando and Pupu Sepulona. Stone Kanoa, he has really been the X factor all throughout the ILH second round into this state tournament. Jordan Posiolai, although he just has 1 point, I mean, his just presence in the paint alone has altered shots and created some opportunities. And of course, one of the motors, and Shanson Rivelto, yesterday's Hawaii Honda Dealers impact player. The 5 on the floor here for head coach Dan Hale. Let's get to our officials here. Very veteran crew, led by Dan Cota, joined by Ryan Wells and Eric Morales. We have collegiate caliber officials here, as you expect for this game as we get down to the Final Four. You know, we say once you make the top 12, anything can happen. I think when you get to the semifinal round, I think really anything can happen now. I could see a number of different scenarios for any one of these 4 teams to get to tomorrow's championship.
Yeah, down to the final 4 teams. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because when you look at these 2 teams, Kalaheo and St. Louis, right? St. Louis, really physical, big on the inside, right? And so Kalaheo is going to have to try and figure out a way to stop them on defense. But I think talking to Rob Pardini today, he wants to make St. Louis try to figure out how to guard them, especially with their 5-out look. And we talked about Jordan Pusialai in the starting lineups. We're going to see how he guards the 5-guard look of Kalaheo.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, we're going to give out an Impact Player plaque later today. It is brought to you by Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official trophy provider for Spectrum OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call our guy Ryan, Mike's Engraving and Trophies. They are located in Aiea. Legendary Ohia tree here on campus at Punahou. A couple weeks ago with the Punahou Carnival, all completed. Construction on campus. One of the all-time and great academic institutions. And that tree right there, 1841, again, one of the oldest schools. Of course, Lahaina Luna, the oldest school in the state. Both teams have banged up over the course of the season. Both teams facing adversity. Each team with 3 losses entering today. But Kalaheo's mentality, as you mentioned, has been, hey, it's not we have to guard them. How are they going to guard us? It is Gilmore in the circle with Sepulona. The winner to the Blaisdell tomorrow night. Underway here at Hemeter. Here's Revelto. A little bit of a slow start yesterday against Nanakuli through the first 3 minutes. St. Louis quickly picked it up. And quickly goes to Pusialai, who had 1 point yesterday, and doubles that already to break the scoring seal.
As you can see, Kalaheo going into a 2-3 zone to start the game. Kind of a miss catch on that pass. Pusialai able to pick it up. Again, the 50-50 balls for St. Louis.
Jeffrey. Here's Smith. And Shutter. Those two of 4 seniors in this group. Bostic, the triple-double man yesterday. No good. And Sepulona gets his first rebound of the day. It's Fernando, former Damien Monarch. One of 2 coming over from Hoftailing. Sat out last year because of ILH transfer rules. A whip inside. Sepulona. The back tap, and you're seeing the strength here in the muscle underneath. It didn't hit the rim, and the shot clock didn't reset. Fernando's got to put it up. It'll be Sepulona.
Right on cue. The defending state player of the year. Corner 3 ball. Quarter pocket.
9th of the season here for Sepulona. It's a very underrated part of his game. That perimeter shot. Gilmore against Sepulona. Trying to draw contact. No good. Both teams wanted to start fast and be effective to quality shots. Depth is going to be tested here for Kalaheo. They got into foul trouble in the 3rd quarter against the Bears. Adjusted nicely. Already had a large enough lead where it wasn't too significant. Sepulona draws a foul. It's on Bostic.
Yeah, right here, kind of a missed pass to Stone Kanoa, but Pusialai, right place, right time, able to finish, and then another kind of scramble there with the shot clock winding down. Pupu ready to shoot it. And again, knocking it down, the 2-time defending state player of the year.
Sepulona at the line, 51%. Just the maturation process has been just a thrill to see from Sepulona. Who Alika Smith says it kind of reminds him a little bit of Keone Reyes when he played at Kaimuki. Keone Reyes, part of that legendary Bulldog program that knocked off Punahou in the state final nearly 2 decades ago. Bo Albertson also a part of that Bulldog team. Out of the gate, 7-0. Jeffrey gets Kalaheo on the board.
And that's a good shine for Kalaheo, and Tayshawn Jeffrey has struggled with foul trouble yesterday. Actually fouled out of the game. Good to see him get on the board early for the Mustangs.
Fernando slams on the brakes here. Revelto at 8-3. In and out, Boston gets the rebound. St. Louis wants to eliminate that transition game, which has allowed Kalaheo to be so effective. Kalaheo had 16 fast break points. Jeffrey on the drive. It's a foul here on Fernando. 2 free throws coming the Mustangs' way in Jeffrey.
This is a point of emphasis that Coach Rob Pardini wanted to instill in his team before the game was, even though St. Louis' perimeter defense is tough, he still wanted them to attack. And the last couple of possessions, that's exactly what Tayshaun Jeffrey has done.
Into the game is Keanu Meacham, all ILH selection. Jeffrey, who grew up in Toronto, Ontario, played 2 years at Ocean Springs High School in Mississippi. It was the #2 ranked high school in the state. Got a lot of great basketball experience. And after St. Louis scored the first 7, Kalaheo scored the next 4. St. Louis started off this year 3-0, then back-to-back losses against Punahou and Marino, but rebound nicely since then. Won 9 of the next 10 games, including the ILH crowd. Offensive foul, Sepulveda. Bostic took the hit.
Just a smart play by C.J. Bostic. Not only does this guy put up triple doubles, he does all the little things for this Kalaheo team. And let me tell you, if you're brave enough to take a charge from that truck, you definitely deserve an Emmy.
Yeah. Shutter to tie it. Off on the 3. That one dinged off the head of Kanoa on the back tap. It'll stay on this side here with the Mustangs. Kalaheo 3 losses this year. Twice came to Kahuku, the other coming against Lelehuo. In fact, that was the quarterfinal game of the tournament. Remember, in the OI East Division this year, it was a 3-way tie between Kahuku, Kailua, and Kalaheo. A coin toss determined who was going to be the 1 seed, Kailua. And because Kahuku beat Kalaheo in the regular season, Kahuku ended up as the 2 and Kalaheo the 3. Been a heck of a route here for the Mustangs to kind of charge their way into the tourney. Gilmore goes inside, offensive foul on Gilmore. Oh, Jordan Posiolaya, like a big guy taking the charge.
Back-to-back charges for both teams. Kalaheo going to that flex offense. But that's what Jordan Posiolaya does for you, man. Stays in the paint, watches for drives, anticipates. Selfless act. I always say that's a selfless act when you take a charge.
You mentioned the foul trouble that Kalaheo had yesterday. That cannot happen here today because it's a squad for the Mustangs. It's only been running 6 or 7 deep.
Yep, only goes 6 or 7 deep, and they know that they're going to bring off number 44 Keenan Kahoi Kapu off the bench. But Coach Pardini always looks for matchups and situations. In this case, looks like he's going to stick with this 2-3 zone throughout the game.
Sepulveda eyes him. Trying to attack this zone. The wraparound pass. Posiolaya. Got by Peyton Smith. Got the bucket.
They're just so tough to guard on the block. You know they're going to seal, but they just are relentless when it comes to positioning.
Gilmore beat Meacham on the drive and got to the cup. 9-6 here, halfway home in the first. With St. Louis has started the game 3 for 5. Meacham the reverse. Got fouled there. If it's on Gilmore, it's his second. And it is. So Gilmore, early foul trouble here. One of the best scores in the OI, 2 quick fouls. We'll see a lot nimble and quick. Some hustle with that muscle. St. Louis up 3.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Redecorating? With hundreds of factory colors and free computerized paint matching, you can find the Benjamin Moore color you're looking for at City Mill. Need something? Try check City Mill.
Aloha. You may have seen our commercials throughout the pandemic thanking our hardworking members. They work tirelessly to keep us powered up and connected to the world. But this goes out to all of you, Hawaii. Thank you for being so patient and supporting our members through it all. We would not be here without you. Now that we are through the worst of it, we wanted to thank all of you for your continued support. So if you see one of our members out there, make sure you give them a shaka and a smile. We appreciate you.
When you work at Taco Bell, your days are flexible. Catch a break in the morning and still have time to cram for exam. Then learn on the job at Taco Bell too. Apply at tacobellhawaii.com/careers.
Take all the great OC16 action with you on the go. The Spectrum News app. All the latest local sports news and weather that matter most to you. Download now. It's on the App Store or Google Play. You surf well? How's your surfing skills?
Last time I tried to surf, I dinged somebody's board.
Did you really? We have D1 surfer Marge on our staff too, so she's, you know, and we have John Chino, who's also a great surfer, all part of our staff. So we got to pick that up there.
You surf?
I don't. I skimboard. Okay, yeah, that was way back in high school. I haven't been a while. And there you see D1 athlete and surfer Marge. That's right. And Chachi in the background. Got to get an NIL deal for Marge. 3:37 here to go in the first. And here's Meacham at the line, the ILH All-Star selection a year ago. The best part about this thing is everyone just understands their roles. And they don't stray too far away from it because they all believe in the process of what it takes to be a successful potential dynasty here for the Crusaders.
Yeah, we're already seeing it early. Posiolai with 1 point last night, already with 4. Meacham with a bucket last night, already matching that with 2 free throws. And that's why they're so tough. Any given night, one of these guys can step up and fill the void.
Kalaheo has opened the game 2 of 5 from the floor. Gilmore stays on the floor with 2 fouls. Here's Bostic over the top of Kanoa. Tough shot. The back tap goes in the hands of Posiolai. Gilmore had to play off in Matador because he's got 2 fouls. And before the shot was there, Shutter get called for the foul.
That's a good job by Shutter, making sure that Pupu couldn't get the ball up to get an and one, but they've got to be careful with that because, like you mentioned, their depth could be an issue. So already 1 foul on Shutter. And they're playing that zone too. They're playing an undersized zone as well.
Sepulona takes the mid-range shot and hits it. It's buttery smooth from 12 feet and in. Got 7 already of the St. Louis 13 points. And Meacham does a good job to force the turnover behind Smith. The bounce to Meacham. Offensive foul. But Jeffrey again getting in the trenches and taking the charge.
Again, Kalaheo knows that they can't jump with St. Louis, so instead they're playing position basketball and taking their second charge of the game. And again, that's one of the toughest things to try and get your players to do is put their body on the line and take a charge. But it shows your team that you're willing to put your body on the line for the success of the team.
I mean, is that all mindset from a guy who's willing to do that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it has to be repped at practice, but I also think it has to be part of the culture as well.
So Jordan Anuha is into the game here for St. Louis. No personnel changes so far. Here's Bostic at the bottom of the backboard. Meacham wants to run. Ravelto, gas pedal, lost it, threw it off the glass, and the putback is good. Kanoa looked like he got in there. With Meacham crashing at the glass. On a kick out, Shutter out of the corner. Short on the 3 after Shutter went down. Nanuha strong. Gilmore gets the board. They can run. This is what they want. Odd man rush, threading the needle. Bostic sharing, Shutter.
What a 3-man weave right there. Gilmore, Bostic, Shutter. What better way would you have that after the 3 of them were in double figures last night?
Pace quickening here, second half of this first quarter. Give it right back to Sepulona. St. Louis so good at that. 9 assists yesterday. against Nanakuli after shooting 39% from the field. They're at 60% already here in the opening frame. Here's Shutter, former Kalani Falcon, put it on the deck. Here's Bostic, heavily guarded by Parker. Here's Smith. Off on his first three. Oh, man, look at that rebound from Sepulveda.
It just shows you the discipline right there, St. Louis. Sepulveda grabs a rebound, jumps on 2 feet, outlets it to Nanuha, who catches it like a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And makes sure he stomps to the ground with his jump stop.
Ooh, Meacham nearly traveled, kept the foot down. Revelto steps into a three. Look at everyone crashing the glass. Even Meacham, but a travel called here on St. Louis the other way. This is what Kalaheo wants to get more out of this game here.
Yeah, they've got to get out in transition a little bit more, but they've also got to get stops in order to get rebounds. That's when they're at their best, when they can get some easy buckets. This stingy half-court defense of St. Louis is really tough to score on.
Bostic in the lane, got it blocked there by Stone Kanoa. St. Louis can hold for the final, 6 of 11 shooting. They've out-rebounded Kalaheo 10-3. Officials' time is taken because it looked like Meacham was either in pain or wincing, and just for precautionary purposes, they'll use a injury substitution. So, Kalen Fernando will come in.
Yeah, you're hoping Meacham just picked up a little ding there. He's been flying through the air on the offensive glass and landed kind of hard that last time he went for the offensive rebound.
He's got 4 rebounds already here in the period. Sepulveda has the other 4. Sepulveda, tough one, it's short. Kanoa, yes!
Johnny on the spot.
Crusaders crushing the Mustangs on the offensive glass. 11-3 the advantage. 4 offensive rebounds. 7 second chance points. The difference after the first quarter.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Zippies.
Hey, I'm officially a Zipster now. I signed up for Zipster Rewards, and now I get to feed on free Zippies.
Well, me too, but what does it mean to be a Zipster?
Being a Zipster rewards
rolling in like a hero at the potluck.
Exactly. And one day, you'll have OZ cred.
So being a Zipster means loving Zippies same as always, only now it's more rewarding.
You got it.
Yeah.
Back for a limited time, Furikake Miso Salmon Katsu Plate or Salad and Hawaiian Plate Deluxe.
Aloha, I'm Kalaheo Miller, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
The thrill of watching University of Hawaii and local high school sports is available like never before. Catch your favorite games on television, stream them online, or even watch on the go with an incredible mobile app. Your sports watching experience is elevated to new heights because no matter where you are or what device you're using, the excitement is right at your fingertips with Spectrum Sports and Spectrum OC16.
Aloha, everybody. I'm Howard Deshefsky, and on the next edition of Sports People Hawaii, we go one-on-one with 5-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist Carissa Moore. We also check out a man who knows everything about paying attention to details, from your car to your keiki. And back to Carissa Moore, her father-in-law, a former UH football star, now turned super entrepreneur. We'll see with these stories and much more on the next Sports People Hawaii, Saturdays at 7 o'clock and only on Spectrum OC16.
Friday. The Bows are up for a challenge when it faces the Wolfpack of NC State. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Well, yesterday in the quarterfinal round, the Mustangs did this well. Got into transition and through it all, had 44 points in the paint, 16 points on the break. They had 23 assists. after just having 6 in the opening round against Mililari. Strong second half, therefore, the Mustangs outscoring the Bears 44-30, won it by 21. It's been a bit of a struggle this time around here in the semifinals, as you would expect, against the defending state champs now here. 19-8.
Yeah, roles kind of reversed here to start the second quarter. Yesterday, Kalaheo was up on Baldwin early. St. Louis flipping the script on Kalaheo today. Let's see how the Mustangs respond.
Jeffrey lost control. It's out. Now, Kalaheo had 22 points yesterday in the opening quarter. Have 8 here in the frame. St. Louis playing in their 20th HHSAA semifinals. And a foul after the turnover. Marked it here on Stone Kanoa.
And here goes the chess match. We talked about the veteranship of Coach Rob Pardini in Kalaheo. Comes out in a little bit more pressure there to start the second quarter.
Gilmore wasn't even looking. Sepulona, how about the big boy flying off the floor?
And finishing with the right hand.
Woo. Extra special here for Sepulona. Kalaheo, who shot 54% yesterday against the Bears. So far, 3 of 11 right now. Here's Shutter. Missed the last couple of shots. Forced one up at the left and rattled it home.
Again, Shutter had a couple of mid-range jumpers to start the game yesterday, showing he has some versatility with that left-handed floater against Nanuha.
Nanuha, Fernando, Revelto, Sepulona, and Cano on the floor. Right down the middle of the lane. That's easy money all day for Revelto.
And why that works? Pupu Sepulona on the block. Who are you going to choose? Guard Revelto or guard Sepulona? That's a big-time finish, again, for the guy that holds the keys to the car.
Gilmar put it on the floor and he lost it. Here's Revelto, one of the quickest guards here on the floor, weaving and sifting. Just the discipline at an ultra-high level compared to when a lot of these guys were freshmen and sophomores 2 years ago in the start of this back-to-back title run. Jeffrey and Gilmore. Gilmore's playing with 2 fouls. Sepulona gave it up. Still plenty of time. Fernando forcing one. Oh, and he drew a foul. It's on Jeffrey to pick up his first.
You know what I kind of figured on this one? What if Pupu's running with a football and trying to score a touchdown on that one? I mean, that's his sport as well. And then Revelto showing us just how controlled he is when he runs that point guard position.
I always hoped that Pupu would play running back at the varsity level, typically more on the defensive side. Took a lot of basketball trips in the summer. Corey Bailey into the game for Sepulona, who's coming off a season-high 6 points against the Golden Hawks yesterday. Fernando missed it again. Crushing him on the glass. Nanuha this time flies her in. A lob for Nanuha. You have the game winner against Marinol. So punch their ticket to the state tournament. Timeout, Kalaheo.
This is St. Louis's kind of blind pig action that they run. They flash the high post to the three-point line. The guy on the backside stares at the ball, and then they send Nanuha on the backside for a little lob action. No matter how many times you scout it, no matter how many times you go over it at practice, they always catch you at least once or twice in the game.
You see St. Louis, it was a construction dress up. That was a promotion to get ready for this one. We're going to see if they win tonight, what the dress up day will be. And for St. Louis, the only all-male school in Hawaii currently was founded in 1846, which at one point was known as St. Louis College. And they fully expanded to kindergarten to 12th grade. A lot of these guys are St. Louis lifers and Nanuha's family. Jamison and Jimmy Nanuha came through that St. Louis program. Great basketball and football athletes.
I want to see Kalaheo maybe get Smith a look here. I know he got a clean look, but only one three-point attempt for him so far.
That's his only field goal attempt in the game. There's Smith right on cue. Misses his second shot. Nanuha all clear for the rebound. His second one here today. The lead is 16 here in OC 16 for the Crusaders. Bailey screen. Good anticipation there for Gilmore. Nothing deep enough to run the floor with, though. Here's Smith. Shutter. Thought about it. Gilmore draws a block here on Fernando.
Now let's see how Kalaheo responds right now. Down 16, about 4:50 left in the first half. I like what Gilmore did on the other side there to get a steal. They have to front the post because of St. Louis's size, and so they can take a little bit of risks on those post entries.
You see Dan Hale in the legendary red jacket, which, from what we understand, he hasn't watched yet since they made this long stretch.
Whatever works. Yep. Whatever works.
Shutter. Good defense there from Bailey. Sealed off the end line. Kalaheo looking a little discombobulated right now. Double coming. Shutter open in the corner. Bailey closes in. Still plenty of time. Jeffrey, a quick first step. Spinning. Drew a foul. End up in the act. They'll go against St. Louis and Meacham.
Another good take by Tayshaun Jeffrey there. Spin move, in control. Secondary help comes over, which was Meacham.
Meacham, number 20, who gets called for the foul. As Jeffrey hits the free throw. 72% this season. He's taken the second most free throw attempts, third most free throw attempts, I should say, on the team this year.
Yeah, Coach Bardini says he's really tough on Jeffrey because of all the potential that he sees in him, just a junior. So coming back next year for his senior year, wants him to be prepared for that run too.
Kanoa with Posiolai back in. Upward pass from Bailey to Posiolai. Touched it beautifully for the assist.
You always tell your team when the bottom man is being fronted on the block, you flash high post because now the defender is out of position, and that time Bostic had to fight over the top and Posiolai was wide open.
Bostic wide right. St. Louis running 3-on-3. Pull up, Revelto. Look at Nanuha taking great rebounding angles, gets a third one, but comes up wincing a little bit. Kind of landed awkwardly on that foot. Look at Nanuha. Kind of gassed and tired right now, especially with wincing after that one. And it's a turnover. Nanuha chases. Bostic finishes. He gets his first field goal after missing his first 5. He's now 1 for 6 for the floor.
Good job jumping that ball screen action there by St. Louis.
Switch there. Shutter fronts them. Jeffrey goes to Revelto. Missed time there. Posiolai was diving for the bucket. Kanoa's pass goes wide. The lead grows here. Although Shutter tries to get back in it. Kalaheo just 5 of 15 from the field. St. Louis 11 for 18, 61%. To the two-time defending state champs, up 15 on OC 16.
My French toast sticks are back, starting at $2.50. Now with a sweet new twist: cinnamon sugar churro. Dunk, bite, and savor them any time of day or all day. It's totally up to you. Only for a limited time.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It was important that 15 Craigside allow pets because Viva, our Havanese, is part of our family.
We looked at all the other alternatives for senior living, and 15 Craigside presented the most comprehensive senior living services, including guaranteed lifetime care.
From our personal experience, what I would say to anyone considering moving into 15 Craigside is don't wait, because the window of opportunity might not be there when you're ready.
Yes, Maui has some beautiful roads, but they can turn hazardous because of one negligent driver. If you're injured in an accident, call us. We can help you.
Oh, hey, Jack, going up?
Actually, no, Justine. My famous 2 tacos are still just 99 cents when you order on the Jack app or online. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get my famous 2 tacos for just 99 cents, only on the Jack app or online.
Well, part of the 1976 legendary Kalaheo team, which was the first Hawaii championship under Merv Lopes, involved Robin Moss, Randy Adams, Wade Nakashima, and that man, Tim Harrison. And if that last name sounds familiar, well, his son, Kupa'a Harrison, helped take Kalaheo to their last state championship team in 2015. Harrison, great coach, legendary player, great educator as well. Coach over at Les Jardins. Hard to believe that Kupa'a Harrison, how old are we getting, man? He's now the coach. Where Kupa'a Harrison had a great career at Kalaheo. And Hilo, unfortunately, had knee injuries, played some time in Spain, and now here he is. Sharp mind, great kid.
If I recall, I think in an exhibition game against the University of Hawaii, I think he dropped a 30-piece.
And just one of the all-time great guys, like great human being, Kupa'a Harrison. Inside of 3 minutes here, first half. Shutter fakes it. Baseline sealed by Bailey. Kaho'ai Kapu into the game. 44 for Kalaheo for the first time. Right at the free throw line there. Saw him play yesterday against the Bears. Jeffrey goes away from the screen. 3 to shoot. Smith out of the corner. That's going to feel good here for Peyton Smith. The state's leader in three-pointers made, hits his 42nd of the season.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Kalaheo. Smith has to see the ball go through the basket, and he's got to hit a couple more in order for Kalaheo to get back in the game.
Down a dozen. Kanoa looking for Posiula. He's double. Sepulona back in. He almost lost it. Sepulona almost out of control. Now finally gets it. 10 to shoot. Revelto. Got it.
Always responds. And not only Revelto, but St. Louis. Every time Kalaheo has made a basket or a couple of baskets, St. Louis always comes back and answers.
3 straight games with a three-pointer made for Revelto. He's at 5 in that stretch. Jeffrey kick. Shutter shoots a 3. Off there. This one goes off Jeffrey. Peyton Smith, all he did kind of growing up was shooting these perimeter shots, playing with an adult-sized ball even when he was a kid. You mentioned the answer here from Revelto. That's a thing of beauty, man.
Yeah, Revelto shooting the ball really well.
Oh, how about that? Nobody was paying attention to Stone Cronulla, who ran it all the way home.
That's something that St. Louis has done all season long against full-court man pressure. Sending the wide receiver long, and fitting that it's at St. Louis.
Yeah. Kaho'ai Kapu gets fouled by Revelto. Now a chance here for Kaho'ai Kapu to get there. Remember, Revelto was a former quarterback for St. Louis's 2 program, and who also played on that team, Stone Cronulla. A football connection here.
Oh, you talk about chemistry, they've got it.
Here's Kaho'ai Kapu. At the line, 69% at the stripe. Great kid, hard work. He credits a lot of his success to his parents and his family. And these guys have made the transition from Castle to Kalaheo pretty easy. He's also a good amount of weight because of all the running that Kalaheo's done over the course of this season. Boy, Kapu looking very svelte. Kanoa. Sepulona, 11 points already, 4-6 in the field. We'll see Alive battling for position inside. Here's Sepulona. 11 points, 4 rebounds. 5 to shoot. The junior. It's the deck. Look at that. Stone Kanoa in that mix, but he couldn't get the follow through. Shutter says, boys, let's run. Bostic. A whip. Smith. A 3. I think just the presence of Sepulona alone bringing the heat and all to the shot.
And that's a shot that Smith can hit.
And for Smith, already 1 of 4 above the arc. Just 3 points.
This is the discipline of St. Louis. Taking the last shot of the quarter. They want the last shot of the quarter. They don't want to give an opportunity to Kalaheo to get it and go.
The timer's at 10. Ravelto, open triple. Oh, Cephalona, oh, he rimmed it out on the doorstep, and he got it back beneath the buzzer. That kind of night here for St. Louis. Pupu getting anything he wants. 13.6 rebounds. St. Louis doubling up on Kalaheo and then some. Up big at the break.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealers.
I got me a paradise. It's your paradise too.
There's this beach. It's kind of a secret. I said secret.
Perfect getaways call for the perfect island ride. Honda SUVs. Roomy, reliable, rugged. To make getting to your getaway half the fun. Now get into a CRV for just $299 a month. Or any CRV with low 2.9% APR.
See a Hawaii Honda dealer today. Tell them Henry sent you.
Saturday, it's the biggest night of the year, and the red carpet's rolled out for a championship coronation. It's the Heidi and Cook Boys Basketball State Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
I'm Dara.
And I'm Al, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
This week on Outside Hawaii, we'll listen to unassuming yet powerful voices. We'll explore the urban forest and understand the need for more of them as our climate changes. We'll also learn about an incredible trailblazer, Dana Naone Hall, who led the way for effective advocacy for Native Hawaiian and environmental issues for 40 years. Tune in to Outside Hawaii, only on Spectrum OC16, 100% original, 100% local.
Let's get cooking.
So just follow me.
Saturday, Hawaii meets up with Long Beach State in the home stretch of the conference schedule. Rainbow Warrior basketball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Well, Pupu Cephalona in playoff mode already. 14 points the entire game yesterday. And so far here today, 13.6 rebounds in the first half.
Yeah, this is his third state tournament appearance, and so he's been kind of a veteran at it. But, man, when you come to play, you come to play. And Pupu comes to play every night.
And here for the Crusaders, just really dominating on every aspect of the game so far through the first 16 minutes. And right now, this is the largest lead of the game for either team. St. Louis up 18 here as the winner advances to tomorrow's championship round in the Blaisdell. Felipe Ojastro with Ryan Hirata and Tom Yoshida here. I'll tell you what, the rebounding advantage completely one-sided. And when you're effective on the glass like how St. Louis has been, everything looks pretty easy. Yeah, they're out rebounding Kalaheo 21-4 right now. They have 9 offensive rebounds. End of the first quarter, they got an offensive rebound scored at the buzzer, Stone Kanoa. End of the second quarter, Pupu Cephalona with an offensive rebound and score at the buzzer. And so they're just presenting their physical dominance right now. We talked about the target on their back. They're accepting the challenge right now and showing everybody why they're the #1 team in the state. Kalaheo just has 4 rebounds. They had more than 30 yesterday against the Bears. Got to improve there. Everything working here for the 2-time defending state champs and #1 seeded St. Louis Crusaders. 2 quarters away from yet another state final. Their 15th in school history.
Grab your boxes, stocking key, and the song you need. Storing at the Lake Cell store.
I'm officially a Zipster now. I signed up for Zipster rewards, and now I get to feed on free Zippies.
Well, me too, but what does it mean to be a Zipster?
Being a Zipster rewards
getting an A for effort, win or lose the game.
Exactly. And one day, you'll have OZ cred.
So being a Zipster means loving Zippies same as always, only now it's more rewarding.
You got it.
Yeah.
Earn double Zipcoin reward points when you order from the Keiki menu at Zippy's dine-in restaurants.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
Kalaheo trying to get that offense going, right? They've had 4 players play all 16 minutes in the first 2 quarters, including Josh Shutter.
Yeah, I mean, Kalaheo had success when they got out in transition and they were finishing at the rim. But getting out in transition means you got to get stops. And unfortunately, right now, St. Louis has just been dominating in the paint. 22 points in the paint for the Crusaders.
You see the Jack-in-the-Box halftime stats. The numbers don't lie here, especially for St. Louis. Shooting more than 50% pretty much the entire game here so far. And you mentioned the rebounding advantage. Those 9 offensive rebounds have translated to 11 second chance points. Mustangs got to turn things around here very, very quick, and that might be the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the same time, we talked about St. Louis's tempo, right? Yeah. They can play slow, they can play fast. But I think the only way Kalaheo can get back into this game is if they pick up the pace a little bit, as funny as that sounds. They're 1 for 8 from the 3-point line right now. So I think to get back into the game, they're going to have to shoot the 3 ball in the second half, and they're going to have to rely on getting some stops down on the other end.
St. Louis looks like a team where you could potentially just write their name on the trophy already. Can anybody stop them? Can Kalaheo come back? We shall see. Third quarter coming up when you come back.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. Hot honey pizza and wings from
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Hot honey pizza and wings. It's the first new flavor to make you say, Pizza what?
Heart pumping. Muscles extending. Every body is a miracle. And though we share so much, everybody is unique. What's your passion? Hold on to it. We're here to help. With a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Oh, yeah. Hot honey pizza and wings from
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Hot honey pizza and wings. It's the first new flavor to make you say, Pizza what?
Thursday, Hawaii faces UC Davis in its second to the last home game of the season. Rainbow Wahine basketball. Only on Spectrum Sports.
Back here at Hemmeter Fieldhouse, St. Louis has a 35-17 lead here in the first of our 2 Division I semifinal games in OC16. We talked about history being made yesterday with C.J. Bostic, who had a triple-double, right? 12 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. He's been banged up over the course of the season because, remember, we mentioned his ankle injury. He missed out first 3 games of the regular season. He's dealing with a wrist injury. Bostic is a tough kid. Grew up in the Bronx, moved here in the 3rd grade. His father's from Yonkers, New York. He's and also an assistant coach with this group. But Bostic is just so fluid on the floor. High energy, positive vibe. They love him here on this team. Very athletic. And when you get to play through that pain and just find a way to dig into the gas tank and tap in. I mean, the numbers aren't the greatest, obviously, here today, but the entire season for him has just been spectacular.
Yep. Anytime you put a triple-double up like he did yesterday in the state tournament, you're doing something right. And if we have any indication of what this guy is capable of. He still is doing the things he has to do in order to keep Kalaheo in. It's just that he's 1 for 6 from the field. So we'll see if he can turn that around and provide a little bit of a spark for the Mustangs to start the second half.
And remember, it's the first recorded triple-double in the HHSAA record book. Box scores back then didn't take full track of assists and rebounds and whatnot. It was just mainly points and field goal shooting. So, and he got the impact player play. And just a nice kid, even in the interview, and really deflecting a lot of the praise to the team and the squad having a dog mentality, if you will. And the best part is, yeah, they get him back because he's just one of 5 juniors in the bunch. Here for the guys in blue, black, and orange. St. Louis looks scary, man. Just flat out. Honestly, like, very. I'm talking to so many different coaches. Like, yeah, you can game plan against them, but St. Louis does as good a job as any team in the state of adjustments and just finding the will to win. So much people talk about championship experience. Is it real? Well, they won 6 consecutive HHSAA tournament games going back the last couple of years. Here's Posila, and it's a tripping foul to go against Stone Kanoa.
Going right back to the well to start the second half. That high-low action. And Kalaheo showing some grit to start the second half. Getting their hands on that entry pass and getting the possession back.
Kalaheo just 6 made field goals here on 2 assists as well. Got to get something going. Jeffrey, Bostic, Shutter, Smith, and Gilmore, the 5 guys on the floor for the Mustangs. Against Fernando, Kanoa, Revelto, Cepolona, and Posula. Bostic over the top. Long on the shot. There's Fernando for the rebound.
St. Louis running kind of their will offense here, taking time off the clock. And remember, this St. Louis team had to adapt to the shot clock this year.
Eight to shoot. Fernando got it off. Revelto over the top. At the side of the backboard, out of bounds it went. Look out, almost hit the camera there for Fernando. See, he's okay.
So here's a positive for Kalaheo right now. 2 possessions for St. Louis, a turnover, and then a shot off the backboard that went out of bounds. And so if you're looking at small victories right now, you get 2 stops. Now you got to convert on this end of the court.
It's been a struggle throughout here in the game. Here's Jeffrey. Open lane, gave it up. Bostic, good job, Cepolona. Stay put, and finally got the reverse in.
Great cut by Bostic. But that's that team chemistry that we talked about in the pregame. Drove it hard down the right side, and then that backdoor cut was right there for Bostic to finish.
Cepolona in the lane. Short on the shot. The back tap from Posila went to Gilmore. And now they want to run. Spacing here. Jeffrey. Bostic inside. Yes.
There he goes.
Timeout. Dan Hill. Sensing the tide turning ever so slightly, and he takes a full timeout. This is what Kalaheo was waiting for.
Yeah, really good start for Kalaheo to start the second half. 3 consecutive defensive stops. And Bostic getting himself going with 4 points to start the second half.
You see Rob Pardini in that huddle with Kimo Lee, assistant coach, in the white long sleeve shirt. At one point, Kimo Lee had the OIA record for most receptions for a football player in a game. He had 11 receptions playing for Kalaheo back in his days. And that's a guy who's a generational coach. He's coached with and under 3 different head coaches. Pete Smith, Alika Smith, and Rob Pardini. Those 3 guys know something about winning playoff games and winning championships. And man, that whole east side, right? You look at Kalaheo, Kailua, Castle back in their heyday. I mean, east side basketball has been just such a solid and consistent level for so many years. And the ironic part about it is the top 3 teams in the OIA this year came from the West.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to bring Kalaheo basketball back. Kalaheo, their last state championship in 2015 under Alika Smith.
It's a good adjustment by Coach Pardini, putting Tayshaun Jeffrey all the way back so St. Louis can't throw that home run pass. Show press, get back, play a solid man-to-man defense.
This one off the foot of Jeffrey. No reset here. 24 to shoot still. Here's Fernando. We'll see a line. Look at the spacing. Man, someone did not cover the back line, and Rivelto easily scores.
That's that IQ by Rivelto. Jeffrey turned his head, cut straight back door. The benefit of triple threading is seeing the entire court. That was just a great dime to Rivelto. St. Louis stopping this Kalaheo run.
Shutter, a couple of field goals in the first half. Here he is for 3. No good. Rebound for Jeffrey. That's one of the few offensive rebounds that Kalaheo has had here today.
Really interesting here. St. Louis putting Pusialai on Smith. That was one of the questions that we asked ourselves in the pregame was who is Pusialai going to guard, and he's got the shooter right now.
Jeffrey weaving through, left it for Bostic to reverse it, but it was too strong. Rivelto able to get his first rebound to go along with 7 points, 2 assists, 3 of 9 from the floor. Cepolona got position. I got hacked on the head from behind. Still scored the bucket. He's got 15.
What do you do? Right, he's got deep position right underneath the basket. Bostic is doing his best to try and prevent him from getting the ball. But that slight gamble gives Pupu the edge, and he doesn't need an edge. And he scores.
Cepolona has tied a season high that he had against Mid-Pacific earlier this year. Oh, Bostic nearly put some English on it and got it home. And Fernando really picked up this offense, and the schemes are so quick. Sitting out a year. St. Louis still fairly young with 4 seniors in this group. He's not one of them. Cepolona, he dribbled it off his foot. We'll see you live. Gilmore, no. Cepolona blocked there cleanly by Gilmore. Rivelto will milk more time.
It almost feels like every loose ball has a Crusader name on the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting every single one of those loose balls in.
Passing persistent and near perfect here for St. Louis. St. Louis has 10 assists here tonight. Cepolona is tied a season high, points 14 and 15, and the lead is 18.
My French toast sticks are back, starting at $2.50. Now with a sweet new twist: cinnamon sugar churro. Dunk, bite, and savor them any time of day or all day. It's totally up to you. Only for a limited time.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
I got me a paradise. It's your paradise too.
Go from Mauka to Mackay in style. In a Honda Accord, the perfect island ride. Eye-catching, comfortable, loaded with tech, and ready for your next holo holo across town. Get the fun started now in a new Accord for just $249 a month, or any new Accord with low 2.9% APR.
See a Hawaii Honda dealer today. Tell them Henry sent you.
I am a senior enlisted soldier. My brother is at the Pentagon, and my nephew is a pilot in the same unit that I am in.
Very proud father. Being in uniform is a legacy in our family. You'll be surprised what the National Guard can bring to you.
I joined initially growing up with my dad already in the Guard, and I've seen everything it provided for us, and I thought when it's time for me to have my own family, I'd want to do the same thing for them. Every day I go up to fly. I don't know, I can't think of any better job than this. Building a legacy is something really important to me, and if that's important to you as well, go online or give the Hawaii National Guard a call.
My Double Bonus Jack combo gives you double the seasoned beef and double the cheese. Let's see that again. Double beef, double cheese, 2 ads for the price of 1. Not bad.
Lelehua in the house, and Lelehua hoping to hit the Blaisdell Arena tomorrow. We'll have coverage of the Division II and Division I Heidi Cook Boys Basketball State Championships. Jimmy Bender and Dean Shimamoto on the Division II side, currently on XCATS. It's been nip and tuck between Seabury Hall and University Laboratory. Right now, University Laboratory, 2-point lead. Buff and Blue in the house. Had a run through practice on the other court just behind the partition here at Hemeter. 3:30 here to go. You see Rob Pardini. The loser of this game drops to the third place game. They'll also get to play in the Blaisdell, but nobody wants to play in the 11 or 1 o'clock game. They want to play in prime time in the final game of the season at 7 under the big top. Here's the big boy Pupu Sepulona at the line. One more point, he'll get a season high.
Well, what's impressive about Pupu is not only has he been so successful here in Hawaii, but he's put up 27 against Montverde, who's the #1 team in the country right now last year.
Yeah.
And 26 against St. John Bosco from California.
That's pretty good, I'd say. This is on Sepulona. Looks like it will be. Gilmore on the drive. Sepulona picks up his second. Jaron Gilmore to the line. You mentioned Gilmore becoming, one of those ball boys during the runs of Kalaheo's tournament. Runs for the state crown. I talked to Gilmore and I said, how'd you get so tall? I mean, like, you're huge compared to your brother. He's like, I got blessed, man. I got blessed. Got the hair.
And the sky's the limit for this guy, too.
Yeah. With his father, George, and his brother, Caleb, also in the house. There you see them. That family never ages, by the way. That whole family. They all look like they can still ball and they can still play.
Yeah, by the looks of their faces, they want to check themselves into the game right now.
Yeah. And best believe that guy on the left, George Gilmore, Silver Sword Hall of Famer. In fact, the Chaminade head coach, Eric Bovaird, is also in the house. And Caleb Gilmore, who had some time, decent college career early on.
Yeah, Hawaii Division II basketball, Hawaii Pacific, Jesse Nakanishi, the head coach there.
That's right. They just punched a ticket to the Pac-West Conference recently, picking up a win. Hawaii Hilo not bad, right? Yep. The Ings and Zorned and Bostic. Here's Shutter. Soft double comes. Gilmore's wide open. Calling for it. Foul here at Posio line. In fact, you'd rather give that up than the extra pass to Smith, who was camping out in the corner.
Yeah, he knew it. And then I think that's, part of the chemistry of these guys. Is they know that Gilmore was looking for Smith, but St. Louis just played that passing lane just enough to get a tip.
Smith the deep three. Offline, Gilmore, good tip to get the offensive rebound. Bostic fakes it and takes it and makes it.
Those are the little plays they weren't making in the first half, so that's a positive sign for the Mustangs. Offensive rebound and an easy shot at the basket instead of going through the St. Louis defense.
Cooper going right there, and he got fouled. Right by C.J. Bostic. Mustangs within 14. They can get this down to single digits by the end of the third quarter. It'll be a mini win. Bostic showing some disagreement on that foul. So many coaches have said, I don't think we're ever going to see a Pupu Sepulona again. Can you imagine the senior year this guy can have? Could we have a 4-time player of the year?
Yeah, he's only going to continue to get better. He's only going to continue to get stronger.
Sepulona, who had dreams of playing in the NBA, in the association. A multi-sport athlete, football, basketball. Gilmore. Kalaheo 9 of 26 on the floor here. Meacham nearly got a takeaway. Kanoa almost got one. Still time here to get a good shot off. Shutter, 10 to shoot. Bostic, Jeffrey. Now they gotta go, 5 to shoot here. Someone's gonna put it up, it'll be Smith. Meacham able to get the rebound. Number 5 for him. Good, Rivelto just checking the rearview mirror.
If you could take a Photoshop of that last defensive possession from St. Louis, I think every kid should be watching that on how they stayed between their man and the basket.
Yeah, that's real deal. That's not AI or anything like that. That's legit St. Louis defense. 10 here to go. Final 100 seconds of the third. Meacham calling for to shoot. Revelto will pull. And hit the shot clock, and it dropped. It hit the shot clock. Good call, Ryan Wells. That's the second time that we've seen something like that happen. We saw it happen at McKinley. A three that rattled the extensions 4 times. Turnover there. To Kalaheo's credit, they've taken care of the ball pretty well. Just 6 turnovers for the game. But they have 18 missed shots. Sepulveda, no. Right back at it. And a chance for 3. Already a season high for the kid. A chance to add to an already 19-point, 8-rebound performance.
He leans on you, and then he leans on you again, and he's just relentless on the glass. The shooter knows where the ball is going to go and if it's going to go in, and he just has great anticipation, and that's why he's such a great offensive rebounder.
7 consecutive double-figure games. 13 total for the season. Here for Sepulveda. He's got 20 now. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. When Kalaheo got some momentum going, got as close as 14, it's now back up to 19. Shutter against Meacham, and looks like Meacham will get called for the foul here in the drive. Number 3 here for Meacham. Only one in foul trouble now here for the Crusaders. And here comes Nanuha again.
For Kalaheo, you still just got to keep fighting. You just got to keep chipping away. 19-point deficit here late in the third, but still, if you can get it down under double digits, see what can happen in the fourth.
Tipped by Kanoa, who ends up in the front row of the Kalaheo bench. Still kind of low scoring here for St. Louis. They've won a lot of low scoring games over the course of this season. Doing a 43-37 game to start off the year. Here they are with 44 sitting on it right now. Downwind Jeffrey, open Kanoa.
We talked about his vision in the beginning of the game. His peripheral vision and just his spotting eye on the court. And Kanoa again. Call him the block finisher.
Eight to shoot here for the Mustangs. Here's Smith. Bostic 3 to shoot. And a foul there on Stone Kanoa. Already in the bonus is Kalaheo, so a chance to get 2 on here. It's the forearm there of Kanoa who picks up his third. Kanoa's even trying to check himself out. He says, hey, I got 3.
I tell you what, somebody better get him a Gatorade, because the sacrifice that kid has given to St. Louis to get his body ready to be one of the top defenders in the ILH and the state. He's done a remarkable job for the St. Louis squad.
Yeah, amen to that. Bostic would hit at the line. 3 seconds to go here for St. Louis. Shooting 51%. Sepulveda. And the lead grows here for the Crusaders. Outscore them 11-10. And the lead stays at 19. Off we go to the fourth here in the Hide and Cook Division I state semifinals.
OC16.tv has the games you want. Go to the homepage to find the channel under the Now Playing section. Enter your Spectrum username and password.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Hardware Hawaii, your Kapolei hardware store. Here at Hardware Hawaii Kapolei, We got you covered for all your project and essential household needs. Got a building project? With our main lumber yard, we got all the materials you need for your job. And like Brother Lloyd says,
whether it be for home or work, we got it. We're in the heart of Kapolei, ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kapolei.
We're not supposed to be out here, which is exactly why we are. With standard all-wheel drive, specially tuned off-road drive mode, designed to bring the outdoors in. The off-road ready Mazda CX-50. We're looking for outsiders.
Discover exceptional financing options like up to 60-month 0% financing on eligible models. Oahu's exclusive Mazda dealer, Cutter Mazda of Honolulu and Waipahu.
Yes, Maui has some beautiful roads, but they can turn hazardous because of one negligent driver. If you're injured in an accident, call us. We can help you.
When you work at Taco Bell, your days are flexible. Catch a break in the morning and still have time to cram for exams. Then learn on the job at Taco Bell too. Apply at tacobellhawaii.com/careers.
St. Louis yesterday had 9 assists on 21 made field goals against Nanakuli, en route to a 31-point victory. Today, the Crusaders have already 11 here. It's a much sharper team than what we saw yesterday in the quarterfinal round.
Yep, I mean, they've been here before.
Yeah.
And so when you've been here before and you know you didn't play as well as you wanted to play the game before, you're always going to come out knowing that you got to establish your presence and your identity early. Shooting 18 of 35 from the field, grabbing down 12 offensive boards, 30 out of their 46 points in the paint.
Wow. You mentioned those 12 offensive rebounds, right? And they've got 7 field goals essentially out of that. 14 second chance points. It'll either be the same old story or it'll be the greatest comeback in the history of the state tournament. We shall see. Got to come back from a 19-point hole here in the final 8 minutes. With Ryan Harata and Tom Nishida, Felipe Ojastro. The first of our semifinals. It's Peyton Smith, a 3. He'll rattle it down. Hasn't come easy here for Peyton Smith, and he knocks it in.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the fourth quarter for the Mustangs. And Smith a little bit more assertive on that one. Feet set, ready to shoot. He knows that he can't pass those up at this point of the game. Down 19, now cutting it to 16.
Peyton Smith, who spent the last 3 years over at Waiakea when his father was also coaching there. Now come over from Hawaii Island here to the gathering out of Kalaheo. Sepulon, a good positioning, the body control, and he's got 22 to already add to his season high.
Great positioning, great finish, but we got to give Corey Bailey the props for that post entry. Not an easy angle from the corner to get it into the block, and Corey Bailey ready to play coming off the bench.
Yeah, a whip in there right to Gilmore. Bostic collected. Oh, look at Sepulona. Look what I found.
There you go again, that 50-50 ball. St. Louis not afraid to get on the floor.
Bailey a 3. Rolled it off. Gilmore gonna run. 4 on 2. Shutter. Yes. Shutter drops in the field goal. It's his first of the second half. He's got 6 points. And timeout, Kalaheo.
That's been their success. Getting out in transition. What a great pass. Right to the hand of where Pupu wanted it. Throwing post entries is not as easy as one might think, and so you've got to give credit where credit is due.
Here in the semifinal round, St. Louis is 14-5 in this round. And if they win and hang on to this lead, they'll take on either the winner of our next game. It is Punahou and Lelehua. Kalaheo leads that series 2-1. Puno's won the last 4 semifinal games. Kalaheo the 2 seed, and even though we're here at Hemider, Puno's the visiting squad, and Puno tied with Iolani for the most state championships all time. He's for a record 12 by the time it's all said and done. Here with 6:20 here to go in the game. St. Louis has led by as many as 21. Kalaheo hasn't led at all. It's been a 7-0 run to start for the Crusaders. Since then, they haven't looked back. Sepulona, 22 points. Make that 24. There's Bostic back the other way. Gilmore, open triple. And Sepulona is trying to get off me, he says. He has his 10th rebound. He's got a double-double. 24 and 10. Messi picking up defensively here for the Mustangs. It's going to create open spaces for Sepulona to work. Couldn't put it down. Look at Ramos able to get it. Diving down the lane. Fernando, that's an offensive foul. Fernando elevated a drop in off underneath. Kalaheo stood strong, but they're going to mark it here on Nanua for the offensive foul.
Cutting Fernando going down the lane. Tayshaun Jeffrey taking his second charge of the game. I don't think Coach Dan Hale was too happy with Ramos on giving it to Fernando on that cut. And as you can see, the discipline of Coach Dan Hale coming out up 18, wanting to pull the ball out.
My whole thing, how's that on Nanua? I think it was misreported. It should be on Fernando. It was reported to the score still as 23. And so Nanua's sitting on the bench, and even Nanua's just like, how's that on me? I think you're right, Nanua. You got a case there. Jeffrey looking around, nothing there. Kalaheo will graduate 4 seniors after the end of this academic year. Peyton Smith, along with Keenan Kahoy Kapu and Josh Shutter, 3 of them get significant playing time. Brandon Kane, also the 4th senior of that group, had some playing time yesterday. St. Louis looking like a seasoned team, a team that can build a dynasty, win a 9th title. Oh, wow, Sepulona just charging his way through. And it goes on Bostic, who took one in the mush. Bostic able to pick up his 3rd foul now.
Regardless of the score, you got to give Bostic and Gilmore credit for guarding the bigger Pupu Sepulona the entire game. I mean, they're taking shots to the body, shots to the face. And no shame on that, because everyone in the state is trying to figure out how to guard that as well.
You talk about the credit that Pupu Sepulona has put into his craft. Remember his freshman year, he was just kind of a big kid, a little chubby, right? And then still played football, though, and then worked hard in the weight room. Now he just looks like a strong wall here. And
yeah,
nimble feet, so quick on the glass. Grew a couple inches. It's a wonderful job he's done in his work ethic. Bostic attacks and scores.
You see, I love that. That's why Bostic is special. You know, you get hammered in the face down on the other side of the court, and then you go straight back at the best defender on St. Louis, and you get a bucket.
You get a deflection, too. Jeffrey nearly got the pick as well. Sepulona, timeout taken by the Crusaders, or Dan Hale was on the court just calling for it. But prior to that, they're going to call a foul here on Jeffrey. Jeffrey will pick up the foul. CJ, C Lane, C Ball, C Bucket. Bright spot here for Kalaheo today.
Hey, I'm officially a Zipster now. I signed up for Zipster rewards, and now I get to feed on free Zippies.
Well, me too, but what does it mean to be a Zipster?
Being a Zipster rewards
rolling in like a hero at the potluck.
Exactly. And one day, you'll have OZ cred.
So being a Zipster means loving Zippy's same as always, only now it's more rewarding.
You got it.
Yeah.
Back for a limited time. Furikake Miso Salmon Katsu Plate or Salad and Hawaiian Plate Deluxe.
Let's do this. I should have changed first. Oh, come on. Ugh. Nice. Ow, 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 ow. I think I pulled something. I thought this was supposed to be low impact. Sometimes starting a new sport can be a real pain, but luckily, My Longs has everything I need.
Make Longs a part of your day.
Saturday, it's the biggest night of the year, and the red carpet's rolled out for a championship coronation. It's the Heidi and Cook Boys Basketball State Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Saturday, Hawaii meets up with Long Beach State in the home stretch of the conference schedule. Rainbow Warrior Basketball, only on Spectrum Sports.
You see Eric Boulvard, our guy. You and I used to announce games at Chaminade. That was roughly around the time when Eric, I think, first got the job over at Chaminade. And he's done a great job with that program in the Pac-West Conference.
Yeah, I worked with Eric for many years, and I don't think people remember. I mean, they knocked off Texas in the Maui Invitational, and convincingly at that.
Fairly early on in his coaching career. Some historical context, by the way, here for Pupu Sepulona. His 25 points ties him with Iva Arquette for the third most by a Crusader. Highest point total in any round. He's 7 away from being the all-time single-game scorer. Darnell Arsenault, who dropped in 32. And also 2 more points for Sepulona, who become in the top 10 scorers from any team in a semifinal game. In fact, Keone Reyes had 27. The toss to him goes high and out. So just add that to one of the many accomplishments and awards he has won and will continue to win over the next 2 games and 1 more full year of ball. Iva Arquette, that 25 he had in the state final in 2022 against Mililani. Rebound there for Kanoa. Revelto back on the push. I don't know how many dominant teams there have been, only scoring around 52 points per game. Gilmore pokes this one out.
Yeah, that's, I think, identity and DNA, right?
Yeah.
I think you plan for those things. When you start the season, you sit down and you go, what do we need to do in order to win this year? And I don't think that it happens without them calculating that in their heads and trying to figure that out early on.
It's been a great buy-in here to Dan Hale and his philosophy, coming back to head coach this program. St. Louis is up by 19 inside of 3 minutes. Bostic. There's Gilmore. Smith from deep. There it is. Timeout, Kalaheo. Payne Smith hits the 3. 9 for Payne Smith.
Best time to shoot a 3-pointer is off of an offensive rebound. Defense is scrambling, and Smith knocking it down, getting Kalaheo within 16. And what an unbelievable season, though, for Kalaheo.
Yeah. It has gone final over in Kaimuki. Congratulations to Seabury Hall, knocking off University Laboratory 53-52 and advancing to the Division II championship. So the 3 seed is back in there. And so they will play either Kaimuki. I told you about Seabury Hall, man. Seabury Hall looked really, really good in the preseason. Congratulations out to Spartan fans. We'll see them tomorrow on the Blaisdell.
Yeah, Scotty Prather has them playing really good basketball. Scotty Prather was a Baller himself.
A very good one, too, by the way.
Very, very good.
Yeah. St. Louis found success basketball-wise way back in the day, right? 5-6 decades ago. Then it kind of tapered off a bit around the 2007 season. Then when they got back to the tournament in 2022, the Brotherhood has banded together and come up with big games and big moments. Good job from Fernando to leak out and get a lay-in. Now looking to win a third consecutive state title. Last team to do it, Iolani. The great Doc Mugiishi. Good rip down there for Stone Kanoa.
And you wonder up 18 how long Dan Hale keeps his starters in the game, especially with Kalaheo trying to foul.
Foul there on Gilmore, and that's it for Gilmore. Gilmore was finished with 4 points, 7 tough rebounds, and 2 assists. Hard to believe he's just a sophomore, right? I mean, he was an all-OIA selection last year as a 9th grader.
And nothing to put his head down about as well. I mean, he had a tremendous game in the quarterfinals yesterday against Baldwin. Had to guard Pupu Sepulona today. Like you said, just the sophomore, ceiling is high for Gilmore moving forward. I know for a fact he's going to work on his game in the offseason, and he's going to come back even stronger in his junior year.
There's so many more opportunities for these guys to improve their game. Basketball has become such a year-round sport with Jam On and AAU and all those club teams, and the convention series always popping during the summer. So a foul on Jeffrey. Revelto's at the line. St. Louis runs a great summer league too. So I mean, you talk about glue guys. I mean, that is just, that guy's super glue, pretty much. So Kanoa and what he does around the rim. 8 points, 5 rebounds. Remember, he was big in that game against Punahou to win the ILH championship for St. Louis. And
15 points and 7 of 7 from the field.
As Jeffrey leans into and draws a foul with 1:55 remaining. It's on Revelto.
One thing is, you look at this semifinal and you tell yourself, okay, these guys are playing right now and they're the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the fact that you have pretty much 8 months to get ready for the season, that's the preparation to get ready for the season. In season, you get a little bit better. You can work on your skill a little bit. But the off season is where you really see these guys develop to use it for the season. And that's what you're seeing here with all these players. Kalaheo, St. Louis, Leleho, Punahou. The change in their bodies, the change in their games, the maturity in how they handle adversity. That's why high school basketball is great.
Mm-hmm.
Is because you get to see that over the course of 3 to 4 years.
You were in that consecutive state title win streak when Doc was there at Iolani?
Yes.
Early on in the streak, right?
Yes.
First couple. There's a turnover here. Smith tries to feed, and this one goes out of bounds. So what was the work ethic like around that program? Because you were on the ground floor of what has become one of the great all-time win streaks in basketball history.
Yeah, we just wanted to work hard and prepare. I think whenever you prepare and you go into the season, there's nothing to be nervous about because you prepared and you do it with the guys that you're going to be playing with. And we all kept each other accountable. We had a goal in mind. Coach Doc Mugiishi didn't really need to force us to work hard. We had it in our minds that we were going to do it, and we wanted to do it for our program. We wanted to do it for him. We wanted to do it for our family, and I think that's why our teams were just so successful back then.
You know, I hear a lot about this Derek Lowe guy. I heard he was pretty good.
Yeah, and he kind of also looks like Adam Sandler too. No, but you talk about one of the greatest. I mean, he is arguably the greatest to ever come out of Hawaii.
Well, best man at your wedding too, right?
Yeah. Showed up on time.
Final 90 seconds here. And a wire-to-wire victory soon to be here for St. Louis. And a chance at a 9th title in school history and a 3rd consecutive. Timeout. Kalaheo. Just got to get substitutes in. It'll be Ramos and Fernando to get in. ILH has been the League of Champions, right? Especially in this sport. Going way back with Kalaheo coaching Punahou. Hard to believe, about 17 years ago now. The team that eventually lost to the legendary Kaibukiti, and that was just coached by Kelly Grant. There's another guy that doesn't age at all, and just how sharp he is basketball-wise. And doing this with his family too, because his family's a big part of this program. It's been such a blessing for St. Louis fans that Dan Hale is coaching there, and he deserves all the flowers in the world, if you will, for the success he's had with that program.
Yep. And the thing is, it's only going to continue to get better for him. He has laid the foundation and the identity map for the Crusaders, and having to play them twice a year and being on the other sideline, I mean, you just see how tough they are in person and how hard they work to get to that point.
Even with a jacket that hasn't been washed, too.
Well, you can guarantee he's not washing it tonight.
No. At least for one more day.
And I promise you, if anybody tries to touch that jacket, I would not want to run into a 6'7" man at the dry cleaners.
Yeah.
Might have to frame you on that one.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. 5 to shoot here. Meacham got it underneath. Ramos going to put that one in. He's averaging 3 a game. Gets 2 right there. Cepolona sitting on 25 points here for St. Louis. Kalaheo, great job, and a chance for 3. Good find on the inside there for the big boy. His family up top there. Shout out Big Henry Kaho'ikapu as well.
Yeah, transferred in from Castle. He's a senior. He's played a major role in Kalaheo's success this year. Had to take a different role, but coming off the bench, being one of the bigger guys Kalaheo has. All part of Coach Rob Pargini's well job done this year for the Mustangs.
St. Louis fans are chanting, beat the traffic. A classy move here from St. Louis, just kind of milking this one out. Rivelto looks at the clock. He shot 54% from the field. They'll take this turnover, but here for the Crusaders, and they take care of the ball. They've actually had more turnovers today than Kalaheo, but they've been effective shooting the ball, as we mentioned, and they have killed Kalaheo on the glass. Plus 21 in that department. A dynasty can be delivered tomorrow night. St. Louis moves one step closer and advances to the championship game tomorrow. Everything coming together here for the Crusaders. On a great run through February, and now one more win away from doing what very few teams have done in the history of Hawaii basketball. That's win 3 consecutive state championships. Business not completely over here for the Brotherhood. Number 1 advances to the final game of the season.
My French toast sticks are back, starting at $2.50. Now with a sweet new twist: cinnamon sugar churro. Dunk, bite, and savor them any time of day or all day. It's totally up to you. Only for a limited time.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Heart pumping. Muscles extending. Every body is a miracle. And though we share so much, everybody is unique. What's your passion? Hold on to it. We're here to help. With a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
At Honda Windward, we sell certified pre-owned and new cars. We also sell to the neighbor island, and we can set up shipping to all islands in the state without you even having to come to Honda Windward. Let us make a believer out of you.
I love how much I can fit in this car. I'm so glad we went to Honda Windward. They made a believer out of us.
Get the new 2024 Honda HR-V for only $220 a month.
Honda Windward will make a believer out of you.
Oh, hey, Jack, going up?
Actually, no, Justine. My famous 2 tacos are still just 99 cents when you order on the Jack app or online. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get my famous 2 tacos for just 99 cents, only on the Jack app or online.
Thursday, Hawaii faces UC Davis in its second to the last home game of the season. Rainbow Wahine basketball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Number 1 advances to the championship round tomorrow night. They take care of Kalaheo 58-40, and the Crusaders have a chance for a 3rd consecutive state title. Time now for the Hawaii Honda Dealers impact player here for St. Louis. Easy pick here, double-double here. 25 points and 11 rebounds here for Mr. Pupu Sepulona. It's tied with Iva Arquette, by the way, for the 3rd highest point production in a single game by any St. Louis Crusader in the history of the tournament. How have you guys been playing so well in this recent stretch?
I feel like most of our teammates, we've been here before. I feel like we have improved over the season, and coming up into the state tournament, we knew that everybody was gunning for us. We had a target on our back, so we just had to work together and stay focused, most importantly.
Yeah, I talked to your partner in crime, Mr. Rivalto, yesterday for his Impact Award, and I asked him, talk about your defense. Your guys' team defense is just astonishing.
Yes.
And so talk about how dominant you guys have been on that end of the floor.
On the defensive side, we work so hard in practice. So when it comes game time, it's like, natural to us. And I feel like on the defensive side, our Coach Dan, Coach Mark, and Coach Maverick always tells us to be aggressive, be physical. And we take defense, we take it with pride more than the offense. So defense is very important to our team. And that's like the foundation of our team, most importantly.
You know, Pupu, you mentioned physicality, right? I remember watching you freshman year, right? How would you describe your physical presence your freshman year compared to what this looks like now? Because you look like you're carved out of stone when we see you on the floor.
Freshman year, I was kind of like overweight, but then coming into my sophomore year and then this year, I started to stay more focused. I started to lose more weight, and I started to, get in the gym more. So I feel like my goal was to improve every year since my freshman year.
As we take a look at your highlights here this evening, so often we talk about Pupu Sepulona, right? But there are guys like Stone Canoa, like Chance and Rivalto. What else can you say about the teammates and the type of team that you play with?
Man, like I'm so happy to play with this team. All my brothers, we all work together. I feel like we're the most unselfish team in the state, and coming to the school was such a blessing. And I'm proud to play with all my boys, and especially Coach Mark. I give credit to him because he's the one that recruited me to St. Louis. So play with this team I'm just grateful and thankful for all that they do for me. And I'm just, they trusted me and I trust in them. So it's like that chemistry that bond is unbreakable, and it works on the court.
What's the status of your basketball recruiting right now? Are you getting looks?
Right now, I don't have any offers for basketball, but only football from Utah and UH.
Yeah, and the UH.
So, I'm just going to continue to keep faith and continue to trust the process. And, I'll just, wait until a college is going to look for me and see what I'm capable of. Yeah.
Where are the other impact player plaques in your house?
It's in like all my collection of all my accolades and awards.
Okay.
So.
You know what Chanson told us? What? It's on his dresser next to some shoes.
Yeah.
That was what we wanted yesterday. Yeah. Well, congratulations, big guy. Chance to
thank you so much.
Sealing on a dynasty tomorrow. All the best tomorrow.
Thank you.
You can take a look at the Hawaii Honda Dealers impact player for Kalaheo. Pupu Sepulona, one of the best in the state. And how about the efforts here today, Ryan, from C.J. Bosick, who had 12 points and 3 rebounds and 2 assists.
Yeah, he had the tough challenge of guarding Pupu Sepulona along with Mr. Jared Gilmore. And again, triple-double yesterday against Baldwin. Battled his butt off here for the Mustangs. unbelievable season for Bostic and the Mustangs.
And so they will drop to the third place game here for the Kalaheo Mustangs. They'll take on either the loser of Lelehua and Punahou. That's coming up in game number 2 in just about 25 minutes or so. But before we get to all that, let's take a look at our Taco Bell play of the game. We saw physicality, we saw speed, we saw transition, we saw great defensive plays. Stone Kanoa, right to Bailey, right to Pupu Sepulona. What a tremendous performance here for Crusaders with 14 assists this evening.
Yeah, I mean, 14 assists for this St. Louis squad, sharing the ball. They didn't get out in transition as much in the second half because they wanted to control the pace. But as you see how versatile they are as a team, slow, fast, transition, they can do it all. Yeah. And that's why they're in the championship game tomorrow night again for the 3rd straight year.
And the big question is, who will they face? We shall see in about 25 minutes as we get ready for Lelehua and Punahou. Congratulations to St. Louis advancing to the championship game. Ryan Hirata and Tamashita Felipe Ohastro. Hang tight. It's the Heidi and Cook Boys Basketball State Championships on Spectrum OC 16.
In Hawaii, a healthy smile shows love for a family. It appreciates the culture of its community. It builds partnerships, conveying ideas and aloha. Our smiles preserve what makes us local and what makes Hawaii home. HTS preserved its local roots and the healthy smiles of Hawaii for 60 years. Our mission is more than preserving oral health. It's preserving happy and healthy lives. HTS. Live well. Smile more.
If you get hurt riding waves like this, there's not much we can do for you. But if you're injured in an accident, call us. We can help you.
You're watching Spectrum OC 16, your home for Hawaii high school sports.
The thrill of watching University of Hawaii and local high school sports is available like never before. Catch your favorite games on television, stream them online, or even watch on the go with an incredible mobile app. Your sports watching experience is elevated to new heights because no matter where you are or what device you're using, the excitement is right at your fingertips with Spectrum Sports and Spectrum OC 16.
Aloha everybody, I'm Howard Deshefsky, and on the next edition of Sports People Hawaii, we go one-on-one with 5-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist Carissa Moore. We also check out a man who knows everything about paying attention to details, from your car to your keiki. And back to Carissa Moore, her father-in-law, a former UH football star, now turned super entrepreneur. We'll see you with these stories and much more on the next Sports People Hawaii, Saturdays at 7 o'clock and only on Spectrum OC 16.
Wing foiling is an incredibly diverse sport, and we'll continue our